Mr. Giménez.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Secretary, are you aware that that Iran, either through our intelligence or they themselves, said they had about 500 kilograms of enriched uranium, up to about 60%?
We're aware of what they have or what they believe they have and what we know they have, but all of that is classified.
Fair enough. And if indeed they had 500 kilograms of enriched uranium, how long would it take it to weapons grade?
Quickly enough that it's a serious national security problem for the United States of America.
If I said days or a few weeks, would that be inaccurate?
You might be somewhere in the ballpark.
Okay, thank you. Actually, you can just get that from ChatGPT. It'll give it to you. Okay. So so it's not that classified. All right. Would you say that our primary mission in this war is to deny Iran the capability to develop a nuclear weapon?
Yes.
And would you say that a regime that's capable of killing 35,000 of its own people within a 2-day period, are they capable, if they had the delivery systems, to carry out their threat to destroy Israel and also to harm the United States of America?
Any regime willing to kill 35,000, and we think it might be more, 45,000
so
of their own citizens in cold blood, would most certainly be willing to use the most dangerous weapon in the world, especially as history teaches us, when a nation says they will do something, you ought listen. And when they chant death to America or death to Israel, if they got that nuclear weapon, history tells us they might use it.
Well, Hitler said he was going to kill the Jewish, and he was going to try to eliminate the Jewish population and Jews from the face of the world. Nobody really believed him, but he really tried to do that. So when somebody tells me for 47 years that they want to kill us, I think I'm going to take them at their word. And so would you also agree that now another goal of ours is to make sure that Iran never blockades the Strait of Hormuz, never has control of the Strait of Hormuz? Would that be an objective of ours?
What they're doing right now is effectively piracy. It's terrorism. It's threatening international shipping. And our blockade is signaling to the world that we actually control that strait. And I would ask this committee, what would this effort look like if Iran had nuclear weapons? Imagine if not Iran had nuclear capabilities, what they would do to wield over any advantage they have, from proxies to funding international terrorism.
Mr. Secretary, also, not only would they do that, but imagine if we had not become energy independent. Under the previous administration, they were hampering our ability to be energy independent under the guise of the Green New Deal, which is insanity, by the way. I'm going to go back a little bit in history. We were bombed, Pearl Harbor was bombed on December 7th, 1941. Do you know how long it took for the United States to have its first major victory in World War II in the Pacific Theater?
Number of years.
No, it was actually 6 months. It was the Battle of Midway, all right? It was a turning point of World War II. Could you imagine if we had had the same Democrats asking then Secretary of War, all right, gee, it's been 2 months, okay, and we haven't won this war yet back then. We didn't win a major battle for 6 months. Your job, the job of the military, what you've done in the first 2 months is extraordinary. And so, again, for a couple of final questions. Do you know how much money we spent on Ukraine? Helping Ukraine?
Under the previous administration?
No, right now, up to now.
Upwards of $300 billion, $350 billion?
You're probably right, about $300 billion. And yet I don't hear anything about, gee, how much money have we spent on Ukraine from the other side? The difference between them and me is this. I support the United States and their efforts to help Ukraine against a dictatorial, aggressive power like Russia, which is our second greatest adversary. But I also support our efforts to make sure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon. And so you'll always have my support, and I'm pretty consistent in that. I also support our efforts in what we did in Venezuela. We still have to go a little bit further because that remnants of that regime are still there. And we need to provide freedom for the people of Venezuela. And also, one thing, for me, I guess what I'm looking for in this war with Iran is to make sure that Iran never has a nuclear weapon, that we have established an inspection protocol to make sure they never get a nuclear weapon, and that we control the strait, and they never can control the strait.
Gentleman's time's expired. Chair, now
Thank you. Now
recognize the
you-
gentleman from Colorado.